Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Xinfin Network, aka XDC. So let's just dive in and let's start off with this tweet here. So I said over on Twitter, I actually believe that XDC is the next to break out. I did post an update on my Patreon on what could happen if we do break to the upside, and also if we do reject. I highly suggest you guys go check out the Patreon if you haven't already. I'm going to be posting probably about like 20 plus updates per month with a whole bunch of trade insights and stuff like that. There's so much content over there. Of course, you guys don't need to pay for anything. If you guys want to get more insights, you guys are more than welcome to join the free Discord down in the description below as well. And you guys are probably going to see a lot of those trades as well. So with that, let's actually talk about this. So here we have XDC's chart over on CMC. We have the price, we have the volume, we have everything. So this is one of those assets that, like most of the ones that are starting to break out, kind of just trailed sideways, right? Now let's go to cryptocurrencies. Let's go to the 24-hour span. Now, APT, I think that this is honestly probably one that's getting manipulated a little bit. As you guys do say, like, this is the all-time chart. This thing has been something pretty interesting. But a few other charts that I personally have been looking at. So if we go to the top gainers here and we go to the... Oh, sorry, I actually can't go to the all-time. I know on my phone I could. But we'll just go to the top gainers nonetheless, and we'll look at a few ones. So let's go to Loopring. We'll open that real quick. We'll open up Solana. We will open up, I know H-bar was also one that looked very similar. I do also have charts open here shortly that we will address. Here we have Algorand. So we'll do these three real quick. So as you guys do see, all-time chart. We have this nice swing of the highs, which will be the all-time high. Then we'll have this massive crash down. And then we'll get like a nice impulsive move, which is like a 2x move. Same with Solana. Solana has like the same exact chart. You know, nice sideways momentum, bottoms out, and then all of a sudden, boom, goes and tears a nice little run. Here we have another one as well. Boom, a little bit of a nice impulse. Very similar charts right now to XDC. So here we have XDC. So I'm looking at two scenarios. One, a retest of the lows. Might not even go all the way down to this level down here. We might just see a retest of like 2.5 cents, which is totally fine with me. This would back test that macro resistance level all the way back into February of 2021, which would make sense. And I'm on the 5-day chart here. Now, why do I think that we could see a major breakout? A lot of DeFi gems and a lot of utility tokens like ALBT, for example, have broken out. ALBT is one that we have been focused on for quite some time. Here's the 5-day span. So I was mainly looking at us retesting resistance off of these lows. And I was like, well, this would be a great gain. I mean, technically speaking, going off of the lows that we recently seen to this level here, this is like a 100% run. But then we smashed through it and went even higher, and we're at like roughly 201%, and at the top here, almost 300%. And as you guys do see, we are trailing above the 55-day EMA, and we are actually going to most likely test, it almost looks like 20 cents, so somewhere within the 20-cent region. Now, I have the LCX chart as well. Off of the lows, we ran up about 64%. We are at some major resistance here, waiting to see a confirmation of a breakout or a break back down to about like 786. And then we also have H-bar as well. H-bar very similar, you know, breaking out. All of these are on the 5-day chart, by the way. This one broke out of all EMAs. H-bar kind of traded against the 55-day EMA. Now let's take a look at XDC again. So off of the level that we're at now on the 5-day span to the 55-day EMA, this would be about a 15% run up. But if we could break out of that and retest the summer resistance zone, this would be about a 27% run up. That's a great swing trade opportunity in my opinion. And if we do retest macro resistance going to the 205-day EMA, this is the resistance level back here, then this would be about a 40% gain. That is incredible. Now, if we do break out of that level, then I would be very surprised. I would argue that we would most likely reject off of this level because it is macro. But if we do break out, then I'm looking to regain the summer lows, or I shouldn't even say summer lows. These are like the winter of 2022 lows. But it's also, kind of getting back to those wicks from the summertime anyways. This would be a gain off of the current level of about 66%. And if we could, really continue this move and maybe hit the summer resistance zone before we reject it back in like June of 2021, this would be about a 91% move. What am I expecting? Well, right now we are seeing some nice climbing in terms of the price action. On the lower time frames, I haven't really been paying attention to the lower time frames, but if we look at them, we can see that the RSI is actually moving high. I mean, the price has started to move high, but I'm waiting to see a nice breakout event with, volume to back it. I would argue that this is kind of bullish divergence. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like confirmed bullish divergence, just because we don't have, we still have price trailing to the upside. But again, I would argue that we will most likely retest about 3 some cents, which could, again, have a lot of people getting a little bit bullish. Maybe they'll FOMO in. Who knows? On the 4 hour, we're kind of rejecting a little bit, starting to break down slightly. I would more so wait to see what happens here, if we do get a clean break or not. But I would argue that, XDC kind of looks ready, especially if you go to like the 3-day chart. I love looking at the 3-day chart. We have regained on the 3-day, and we're kind of flipping it into support, the 53-day EMA. The last time that we were trading up above this level was back in January of 2022, and I would argue like this was us just kind of trying to have that breakout wick above it. We ended up breaking down below it. The last time that we were strongly trailing above it was like back in 2021 of like the fall time frame. So if we can continue this and we can continue to trail higher, then we're looking at like 4 cents. And if that is the case, then hey, I will take that trade opportunity, because this is about a 50% trade. If you guys want to look at this for a long-term hold, then I would wait to see if we get this breakdown down to like, 2.5 cents. 2.5 cents is perfect. But I'm just like trailing around this demand area down here. Anything in this demand area down here is perfect in my opinion. But I have been looking at, just a few levels that we could range to, and I'm focused on resistance, mainly local resistance at least. Macro resistance is going to be hard for any of these tokens to break out of, which is why I look at like even LCX and I go back to like the macro resistance of like April of 2022, or like even on ALBT, like the major resistance levels on ALBT is like 20 cents, and like there's really not a lot stopping AOBT from here to like 20 cents. And I've even looked at like the DEX tools as well in terms of those charts. But also, as we not only focus on price action, we also focus on like the Bitcoin chart as well. So I've been focused on like the XDC Bitcoin price chart. This thing has been just continuously going sideways. I mean, listen, this is a trader's paradise. Look at this thing. So it's just continuation sideways. I mean, at some point in time, this is going to come back up, retest the zone, and possibly have that breakout to the upside, and will most likely retest, I would argue, a significant resistance zone either at this level here or possibly the level at which we were at back in January of 2022. And this is something special. So we are looking at this as a potential gain from our current level on the Bitcoin price chart to a 35%, to a possible 56%, to an even 75% run up. XDC, severely overlooked in terms of an asset that could have an incredible breakout. Severely overlooked. I looked at the HBAR Bitcoin chart. We had a very similar sort of move where we started to kind of see bullish divergence forming as we were kind of ranging at the bottom, and then we had that breakout event happen. Again, just trailed sideways and down from the summertime. All of these tokens had a very similar move, and again, I always say with caution. Do not overtrade, do not overinvest or anything like that. As we look at Bitcoin dominance, I do think that with Bitcoin dominance, a lot of people are expecting Bitcoin dominance to have this continuation upward to like 50%. I would argue that this is the make or break area for Bitcoin dominance, because right now we are currently retesting the 200 3-day EMA. The last time that we retested this, the Bitcoin dominance chart went on a massive drop all the way down about 20%, which allowed altcoins to have a nice run up during the entire summertime. This is what caused QNT to have a surge to like $220+. So right now, I'm looking to see if Bitcoin dominance is going to have a breakout here, or if it's going to allow assets like XDC to have some fun in the sun and start to break out. Because again, mind you, as we focus on XDC's price action right now, focus on the Bitcoin pair, because currently on the USD chart, we are sitting above the 53-day EMA, which is incredibly bullish in my opinion, because the last time that we were trading above it was back in like January of 2022. And again, the strong point was like fall of 2021, where we had the altcoin market kind of going to nice highs. And then when we go and look at the Bitcoin price chart, I mean, look at that consolidation. Something is going to happen here, and it's either going to be a big break to the upside, or it's going to be a significant break down to a possible new support range, which would be down at like 110 sats. And we already retested this once back in December, so I would argue that we probably don't retest it again, and we'll probably get a nice break here. But hey, anything can happen. Have a tight stop loss if you are trading. If you're not trading, then hey, if you want to take a position, wait to see either one, a clean break, or possibly a break down. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, sorry. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.